Welcome everybody to this edition of Behind the Lines.
Another great day.
It is a great day. It's already August.
Oh, and it's hot.
It has been
The grass
hot.
is growing.
Yep, had hot. Got a little rain this weekend,
Yes,
so
sir.
that was a good thing. But, you know, looking at the dog days of summer ahead.
Yeah.
But on a bright note, we've got some really good news to talk about today. We've got Mike Jones with us, our
Manager of engineering.
manager of engineering.
Welcome, Mike.
Glad to be here.
And we're going to talk about reliability.
Yes, sir.
So you got some good news for us.
I do. I started tracking our reliability here at Fort County about 20 years ago, and what we've seen the last couple of years, if we over the period of the last 20 years, have brought those numbers down to about half of what they were when I first started looking at them. Our goal was always to get under 120 minutes per member average per year, and in the last couple of years we have exceeded that. So I think we really made some progress there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So when you say that, so every member of Fort County can expect to be under 120 minutes of outage time over the course of a year, and that's an aggregate.
Yes, sir. And we really never look at just 1 year. We try to look at multiple years, 3 to 5 years, and what we track that. And over the last couple of years, the individual years have been below, and we've been bringing that 5-year average down to under that 120 minutes.
And this is probably one of John's questions. I don't want to steal his thunder, but can you tell people what you did and what Fort County did? What did we put in place to shrink that time down, on what the time frame people are without power?
It's really been an effort across all of Fort County, because if you look at it from the right-of-way, the ones who manage the right-of-way for Fort County, they have done a great job of getting a cycle program in place where we cut every inch of the line every 5 to 6 years. We come back at odd intervals and spray the right-of-way to keep the foliage down, the vegetation down. We have a maintenance program where every inch of the line's looked at by our linemen every 3 years. Problems are identified and corrected. We have a maintenance program where we inspect all the poles, and every 10 years, and any that need to be retreated or retreated, the ones that are beyond being either restored or retreated or replaced. We've invested significantly in system improvement by building substations and building tie lines, upgrading our lines to harden it for the storms that come through. We've invested heavily in new technology. You look at all the new substations we have electronic relays that allow us to predict where the faults are. We've installed SCADA systems to help get that information back into our dispatch so they can relay that information on to the linemen in the field. So all of that works together to really reduce the total outage time that each member experiences each year.
And I like the way you said that. A lot of parts of Fort County all pitched in together, and the things you just mentioned come from the engineering department. And it really aligns with our mission of improving the quality of life of all those that we touch. It's behind the scenes thing people don't see that improve their quality.
Absolutely.
So good job, Mike.
Well, thank you, sir. And not to leave out, our linemen are, in my opinion, are top notch.
Yes, sir.
They really care about the members. The times I've been around them, they get excited about seeing those lights come back.
They
on.
do, and if you look at social media, when you talk to the members, the linemen are the ones that the members see and feel and touch, and they see them working all night through storms. And a lot of credit does go to the linemen. Thank you for saying that. But there's also some behind-the-scenes components that you mentioned too that people may not be aware of.
Absolutely, and it's not just linemen. It's not just engineering. You got people in customer service, and you got people in accounting that are freeing up monies that can be used for systems.
It's all Fort County.
That's right. It's across all.
There is no us and them. It's us.
Absolutely, and that's one thing that I'm proud about Fort County. It's us. We are all Fort County.
Amen.
So yes, so we work hard on those three segments: affordability, reliability, and safety. And of course, that is one of those three legs of the stool, that reliability component. And we're continuing to look at ways to get better at that too, right?
Yes, sir. That's something that we're looking at constantly. What we do is we look at the reliability for different areas, and we try to look where we need to invest more in to improve reliability. We look at that at least once a year when we're developing our work plan, and then we'll look at it at least quarterly to see if there's areas that we might have a hotspot problem that's just kind of risen up that we needed to take some kind of immediate action for.
So we're aware of all of it. It's top of mind, and because we know how frustrating it is. We don't want anybody without power.
Yeah.
And so we work real hard to make sure that that doesn't happen. And when you are out, it's not going to be very long before you get back on. Now, there are some outliers.
Mm-hmm.
And big storms, we call out of our numbers. Ice storms, hurricanes.
Yeah, it's really unfair to lump a hurricane or a big tornado or ice storm in that, because it's so widespread, and there's no way to predict how long that's going to take.
Yeah.
What we really track is we take those really big storms out and we track the daily outages, the little small storms that come through, and we have set criteria what determines whether it's a large storm or whether it's a normal storm.
That's right. That's industry standards.
That's right.
We
follow IEEE industry standard for what is considered to be a major storm or major event day and what's not. That allows us to be able to compare ourselves to other cooperatives. And we really, I feel like we stack up well with other cooperatives.
Let's put some scope to the reliability too, and it's a lot like, in my opinion, a lot like when we're restoring the system in storm mode. And correct me if you view it different, Mike, but when we're in storm mode, we go and try to hook up the most people we can in the shortest amount of time. So if there's a pocket of people on a circuit that's 30 or 40 homes versus a circuit that has one home on it, we go try to get the most people on, and that's our method. And I think reliability is probably viewed the same way. I think you and your engineering staff, I asked the question a few months ago, what's our most rural circuit?
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's one line on our system that's 2 miles long that one person lives on.
Mm-hmm.
So much like storm mode reliability, if that one circuit goes out, we're going to try to get the most people back on, so that one person may be impacted a little differently than, say, a subdivision.
That's right. In a storm situation where you have major outages, you're going to really work from the source out.
Correct.
And typically those
The source of the substation usually.
That's right. The substation, it's typically located at community centers where you got a lot of population there. And it just naturally, as you work out the main feeders, you're getting on the largest number of customers in the shortest amount of time. And it seems to work out that way, that, you know, as we work out those main feeders and those main lines, the little small lines at the ends, they end up being last, but it's kind of what's necessary to to facilitate the response in a timely fashion.
So to bring them together in terms of storm mode and reliability, there's usually more redundancy in place the closer to the substation you get.
That's correct.
Okay.
Especially when you've got main feeder lines, they typically tie into other main feeder lines with substations, so that, and that's part of what we do is we're able to segregate out where the outage is and confine that area, and then pick the load up from a different direction.
Good.
So the more substations, the more tie lines you have, the better you're able to minimize the effect to the member.
So at Fort County, all those things you said is a lot like a duck moving on the water. There's a lot of moving parts underneath people may not see.
That's right, but you calm on the top.
Yes, sir.
And it's a great team that
Yes, sir.
works real hard every day to make sure that the lights stay on, and when they do go off, get them on as quick as they can.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the work you do.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. So got some other things going on, fiber, as
Yes.
always. And, of course, when we talk about reliability, that's another component there.
Yep.
Once we get the power back on, that fiber goes
Fiber's
back up,
next,
too.
right?
So that's right.
We're so used to having our devices, right? When the power's out, sometimes we're more worried about the internet than we are the power. I've heard that a little bit. We're building fiber fast. We're doing good. We got a network almost stood all the way up.
That's
We're
right.
getting there.
And we should be across the river into Lowndes County, the New Hope
Yes.
area, sometime this fall.
Yes.
Still ahead of schedule. Very exciting about that. So look for announcements coming along those lines.
Hang on, we're coming. If you
that's
hadn't let
right.
us know you want it, go to the website.
Go to the website, www.4C, the number 4, the letter C, fastnet.com.
Yep.
Sign up. Let us know you're interested, or give us a call at 1-800-431-1544, and we'll be happy to talk to you. So I guess that's kind of it. And you
That's
got
it.
anything else you want to cover this month?
Stay cool. If you need energy efficiency tips, reach out to John Turner, his marketing staff. Remember, we also have the Four County Foundation, where we raise money and give back to not-for-profit charities in our communities. If you have questions about that, reach out to us. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for reaching out. God bless and stay safe.